Okay, I'm just doing a quick introduction to this game because I don't have a whole lot of time right now, but we're going to try it out. Heard good things. One of my favorite indie games is Outer Worlds. Or, not Outer Worlds, sorry, Outer Wilds. Which is supposed to be pretty similar to this. There's like a time loop going on, you're trying to figure stuff out, ancient civilization. It ticks a lot of really good boxes for games, for things that I really like. So, we'll see how it goes. This is super loud.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are? Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Archaeologist. On the wall. What the? I want the archaeologist. Insights into the ancient world would be really nice info to have.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know? Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you. All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Ugh, fuck you, Karen. Like what? Why? Oh, I guess that's why.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. priceless ancient artifacts. Al... What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Alright.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I'll pass. Game over.
Are you serious? I just saved your life, and you can't do this one little thing for me. What kind of an Ugh. Look, if you won't do it for me, do it for yourself. You want to know what you're doing here, right?
No, I don't have a choice. They should have had a credit scene there.
My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Okay. Mazda to move. Turn the audio down a bit, it's kind of loud. Nice fish. Vertical and horizontal sensitivity, what? To 85. That's a weird keybind. Scroll wheel up. Stream is struggling a little bit on the recording for some reason. Oh, that's why. I need to change this CPU preset fast. There we go. It should make it a little less stuttery, I hope. We're at the ruin.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? People have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
Oh shit, which one is it? Oh. Not kidding me. The Latin Plaque, which reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Alright. It's that same pose. Pose of lamentation. This is so cool. Great music choice. Archaeologist insight. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I already have a feeling these are actual people that got turned into stone and not statues. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Did that thing's head just move? What the hell? Pretty sure I saw that head move. Yeah, it's following me. That's so creepy. Young Roman woman, it looks like she was begging for her life. Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. Roman legionary in a state of terror. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. A golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? Inscribed stone tablet where this fire is just killing my recording. I don't know why. Oh, I'm dumb.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, she'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, and that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Young Roman woman in a state of panic. Roman man on his knees as if begging the gods for mercy. Is this where it just came up? still have my items. I've traveled thousands of years into the past. I'll need to find a way back to my original timeline somehow. I'm gonna turn down the CPU usage preset a little more. It's still struggling. I don't know why. It's normally not this bad. Might be because I'm on 1440p. Or that. I was pulled out of a river by one young woman named Karen in return for saving my life. She wants me to find a man named Al who disappeared in some ancient ruins. I'm trapped in the ruins of this city, and it seems like the only way forward is through a doorway into the past. Denarius. Ancient Roman coin made of silver. Now my sensitivity's different. What the hell?
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming? Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
It's still struggling. I don't know what the hell the deal is. It's not normally this bad. Keep playing with the settings.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing. Just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live. So, Don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
I love Roman names.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way.
That's cool.
When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Whatever are you wearing?
Hey, it's better than your freaking sackcloth, bitch.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions.
Well, he knows Proserpina brought me
ask
here.
away.
I'm assuming that's the whispering voice. That's a great question.
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying?
Well, I already lied.
Insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric from where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate.
That actually is pretty good.
Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
He's kind of right. Oh, slave ownership. Ooh.
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. Of course. But with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities.
Okay.
And the right to be protected by their
Oh, the
fathers
right
and
to be
husbands.
protected.
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. On occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory.
Almost all.
Or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you? 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city? I
have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
That's so interesting. So in my timeline, he did do it. But in this timeline, he hasn't done it yet. But he will if somebody sins. It's kind of paradoxical, I think.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Kind of confusing.
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
So how does he know someone's gonna sin? That's a question I have.
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people? I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen. Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Are we sure that's what's gonna happen to me? Or am I just gonna get obliterated or something? That's so weird though. How does he have his knowledge? Something's not sitting with me right now. He has knowledge that somebody is going to break the rule. And so he's going to sacrifice himself to bring me from the future. How does he have that knowledge? Has he already done that? Huh.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule? Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I wonder if I'm on a time limit. Seems everyone in the city is going to die because of one person breaking the golden rule. I need to figure out who it is. To that end, Sentius asked me to talk to everyone and help them, if it'll win their trust. He also authorized me to enter their homes and inspect their possessions and documents if necessary. According to Sentius, I'll be flung back to my own time if I can create a paradox. I'll need to change history in a way that makes my being in the past impossible. For example, Sentius says if I prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, then he'll never create the portal and it'll be impossible for me to be in the past, a paradox. I feel like we're already in a paradox. This music is really beautiful. Okay. Something's wrong at the Shrine of Apollo. I guess that's where we start. Okay, he has 250 bucks here. Note from Centilla. Centilla to Sentius, may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be reelected, I'm sure of it. So this said Centilla was thankful to Sentius. I guess I can't, like, take it. I'm assuming I'm on a time limit, and somebody's gonna break the golden rule, and I'm gonna get reset back. Gotta figure out who that is. I'll start with the Shrine of Apollo and not get too sidetracked. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do you think me stupid? We're all entitled to our secrets. Oh, okay. That was quick. Didn't have much to say in her diary. Mars, the god of war. What does she have? She has money. Another mirror, more vials, ink jar, soot and water. Note under the pillow. Scintilla. To Sentius and Sentia, may Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I'm sorry to have to leave you this way, but I found a way to escape and I must take it. I hope we meet again someday. Scintilla writes that she has decided to escape. Okay. Mystery solved. So it'll let you take it if it's kind of an important note. That's good to know.
Ave.
Ave.
Fresh meat, huh?
I don't know, the recording's struggling no matter what I do. I don't know what the deal is. It'll just be a little stuttery. It's not too bad, but...
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Scintilla, Navia, or Kabash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid. But we do have a newcomer. Strangely dressed fella. Funny accent, too.
A traveler from a faraway land, then?
Seems that way.
Then let's make sure he feels welcome, shall we?
Of course, priestess.
It's kind of interesting, because in a society like this, nobody would really have anything to hide if nobody can sin. But we'll see. Scintilla's already hiding that she wants to escape, I guess, from Sentius, I think. But they shouldn't have any possessions they want to hide.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule.
Right.
Or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
So is poisoning not breaking the rule? Maybe she poisoned herself. So she got poisoned. It's not against the rule to be a fucking asshole either, I guess. So the shop vendor basically killed this girl by not giving her the treatment.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
I suspect Lucretia.
Then you'd better get me that silphium quickly, hadn't you?
God of disease and healing.
May Apollo keep you safe.
She's carrying no items. Locked chest. Try to persuade Decius. Try and reduce the recording settings even more, I guess. Try this. I don't know why it's having so much trouble. Who's helping me and why?
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Sounds like Patch's voice actor. Dark Souls. Oh.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
One of you idiots did this!
I didn't mean to take that. Well, now we know what happens whenever you mess up. Looper. Loop through time once. Wonder what happens if the things just kill me.
Salve, friend. I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
What? Why is he giving me this? Zip line.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably. All right, see you around.
I guess it's just to get over there more quickly. Or get around more quickly. Huh. Don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone, don't... Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Don't steal, don't hurt. Let's see what happens if I go straight to Lucretia. She's still alive.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cumbulatus decius won't give it to me.
Like these Roman swears. Oh, I still have it?
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle? Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life.
Okay, I'm gonna save here. I have something to go do. Will she still tell me when I get back?
Feeling alright?
Yeah, she will. Okay. Okay, that's it for now. That was pretty cool. Like, I accidentally completed the quest. I was scared of breaking the golden rule myself, but I guess I don't need to be scared. I guess the only issue is if I do it and then I get killed by the statues or something. Because I took some damage in there. Or maybe I was on a time limit, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll find out more next time.